Keep eating, don't stop eating because I'm speaking at the moment. But I'd like to just welcome everybody here to the TC8000 briefing from Zebra Technologies and in conjunction with Toll. So I just want to say thank you for coming, and it's nice to see everybody here. It's a great venue. I've never been here before, and I was quite impressed as I sort of walked in. I'm going to talk for a few minutes just about who Zebra is and how we're changing what we're doing, and along with what the TC8000 is. And then I'd like to introduce Gavin Norman from Toll as our launch customer for the TC8000 into the Australia, New Zealand and actually Asia Pacific marketplace. So Zebra Technologies has been in business for over 25 years. Some of you will have been aware of us from our barcode printing business, and in about October of 2014 they purchased Motorola Solutions Enterprise business, which was the old Symbol Technologies business. So for the last 25 years we've sort of been a company that has been in the AIDC, or the supply chain and retail logistics operation. And I've been with the company nearly 19 years. So I'm one of the old school people, and if you think about IT, anybody who's been at one company for 19 years is almost like hen's teeth. It just doesn't normally happen. But when there's a company that does what we do, it makes it very, very easy to continue to do it. So Zebra, as I stated, started in the AIDC space, and that space we've now actually started to see get very, very consumerized, and we've seen it sort of move away from what it used to be, which was a very selective and a very specialized marketplace. And we've started to see a lot of technology from the consumer world come into our space. So about 2 years ago, when they decided to purchase the Motorola business, we started to create a segment of the marketplace called EAI, or Enterprise Asset Intelligence. And when we start to talk about Enterprise Asset Intelligence, when I normally say that, everybody goes, oh, asset management. How boring is asset management? See, I'm getting some smiles and some grins. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how enterprises can get more out of their products. And Toll's a perfect example of how they've taken a product that we first produced in 1988. The market has had it, so from ourselves and our competitors have continued to produce products like this since 1988. This product has been around in this form factor style since 1988 from ourselves and our major competitors, and it's done the same job. This is a traditional warehouse terminal for the transport and logistics operators. It runs terminal emulation to a freight management or an inventory management solution with a keyboard, an integrated scanner, and a Wi-Fi network. Back in 1988, 1990, through the early 1990s, this used to be in 900 megahertz band. So it used to be on a very narrow band technology. But guess what? It does the same function that Toll still use it to do now. Now they're scanning things into the bellies of planes and items like that, but it is a scan and a verify. It's what location am I at, what item am I picking, how many quantity am I picking. That hasn't really changed since 1988. But what has started to change is how people start to think about consumerization. The product we're talking about today, which is up here behind me, is the TC8000. Once again, still has a trigger handle. This is why we traditionally refer to these terminals as a gun type terminal. Except for this one, it runs Android. It has low energy Bluetooth, it has NFC. Other parts of it has proximity sensors, so it can detect when an item comes forward. Forward facing speakers, so you can do voice directed picking, assistance like that. It has multi-range and multifocal scanning points. What it's starting to do is it's starting to take consumer ideas, and I'll just show you here and I'll let everybody see some stuff in a moment, where we're taking the standard Android operating system that everybody's used to on their HTC, their Androids, their Samsung type phones and taking that user experience, that ease of training, that ease of use, and applying it to the warehouse. When I say that standard Android, just don't think that you could run one of these type of applications on a Samsung phone. We have enterprise grade security. We have all the features that enable it to give you 3 shifts of scanning power and device utilization. We have full enterprise security and enterprise Wi-Fi. But what we're starting to do is we're starting to see how our customers are asking us to bring in product features. So I was just asked before, Gavin and I were doing a little interview just before, and we were asked, why did we come up with this product? Because about 2010, we went and surveyed all of our transport operators, all of our customers that have been customers of ours for 10, 12, 14 years. And they told us we're moving away from keys. 5 years earlier, they told us keys will never go away. Our workforces are old, they all have bad eyesight, things like that. Keys will never go away. 5 years later, we don't want keys anymore. So we'd set down that path. We also were sitting there thinking, what would be the next operating system? So what we said was, what needs to happen? If we're going to take a product and a market segment where we've sold over 5 million products, being the 9,000 product in our traditional marketplace, and we're going to bring out a new product, how can we make it better? And how can we make things easier without disrupting what is a very good market for us and what our customers know for us and need to know for us? And as I said, Gavin's going to speak in a moment from a customer perspective about why they partner with Zebra and where it is. So what we did was we decided that we'd think about how an operator normally operates. And I'll use some assistive reality in a moment, and I'll get Kimmy to come up and start to set things up. But a typical operator who uses this type of terminal will scan an item, they'll look at the screen, they'll verify it, and they'll continue to scan. So there's a little bit of this. Now I'm over accentuating the activity here with my wrist, but they'll sort of scan, look, scan, look. That we were seeing in our lab testing, we were seeing that if we didn't do this and we just did this, we could get around 10% improvement without having to do this wrist movement. Not that we ever had RSI injuries or anything like that, it was just a productivity perspective. What we also started to do was we started to think, what if we could actually use voice to direct somebody? What if we could use a camera to assist somebody with where they're going to go? As Kimmy's setting up my little demo for me, you've got me up there, good. So in a moment, you should be able to see, once I find it, yourselves all in front of me, I hope, once the camera wakes up. Okay, somebody wave, make sure that I'm not giving any canned data. You can see people there all waving on it, okay? So you can see that this is live. There's no, smoke and mirrors here. You all know the risk of doing a live demo is, right out there, and I'm really sort of on the edge. But as you can see, so what I want you to do is I want you to imagine yourself working for one of our large retailers. Right? You're working in a supermarket at the moment, you're a 16-year-old, it's your first summer holiday job. And all of a sudden you're working for IGA or Coles or Woolies. And they say, okay, I want you to go out and check that the stock in the store is all set up correctly. So here's my typical shelf. So here I am as I walk across. You guys can watch the screen. I come up and I hold the terminal in front of me. I tap the screen. I tap the screen, there it goes. And all of a sudden, it's highlighting 3 items for me. What is wrong with those 3 items? Remember, I'm a Christmas cake, so I haven't really had good training because they're pushed out. So all I know is, hang on, something's highlighted, what if I tap it? So I'm gonna tap the second shelf, the rice cakes. All of a sudden, it's telling me that those Koala brand rice cakes are in the wrong position. Where do they need to go? So I tap on the planogram button, and it shows me where I need to move them to. So straight away, without actually being trained on what to do, the device in itself is able to suggest what I need to do. What about if I look at the top item up the top? The green rice cakes. It's telling me I'm low in stock. Well, I know if I'm low in stock, I need to place an order. I tap on place an order and I increase the quantity to what I need to do. All of a sudden it goes and produces the correct order quantity. What about down the bottom? Well, what's happening with our tissues or the wafers? Vanilla wafers, wrong orientation, turn it around. So all of a sudden, that's assisted reality. It's not augmented reality, it's about assisting the worker in how they do their job. In that same manner, I can fire off the scanner and be scanning through the same operation. So what you're able to do is you're able to use the scanning technology and the camera technology to combine two things. What if we think about it with the likes of Toll and how they operate? Think about a warehouse operation. What if you could actually direct the picker to the pick bay that they're looking to pick from, rather than having to say, go to bay A3. You can actually steer them through. We're looking at taking this technology, using it on heads-up displays, around forklifts and other operations to drive people forward. So it's the first step in the movement to augmented reality. But what we've done is we haven't gone and taken our smartphone and put it on a stick. This has still got all of our standard support, our standard ergonomics and our standard functionality. When we think about how these devices are deployed, if we tie it to a BLE or a low power Bluetooth beacon, like the iBeacons from Apple or our own beacon products, we can come down to less than meter location. So we can start to ensure correct picking. If we think about a freight operator like Toll, they're able to actually put a BLE tag onto a ULD or the belly of a plane or onto the right container and actually ensure that they're delivering direct to the right load bin and things like that. So I'm actually going to stop talking for a little bit. I'm going to ask Gavin to come up and say a few words and that type of thing. But what I'd like to do is, after you all have a bit of a feed, I'd like you to come up and have a bit of a play. Try this, see what it's like. Scan our barcodes, see what the operation of looking past the device and scanning from a support and a usability, because you can see everything around you. So I'd like to say thank you. Gavin, please, if you'd like to come up, and I'll shut up for a couple of minutes. Do you want control? Sure.
It's not a fancy selfie stick.
No, it's not a fancy selfie stick. I can't take good selfies.
Yeah, no.
That's all right. I could have given you one of those to record it on.
That's it.
It does do full voice, so.
Well, it's an Android. Which version of Android? Hit.
So we'll always be one version behind Google,
Well, that's
because we need to ensure that it's all enterprise grade.
Yeah. So that's 4.4.4.
We have lollipop just in fact.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for the
That's okay.
late start. Thanks. Hi everyone, my name's Gavin Norman. I'm the Head of Business Services at Toll Global Logistics, Customised Services Division. We're here today to talk about our experience with Zebra and our partnership with Zebra and the TC8000 product in particular. We're very proud of the fact that we're the only third-party logistics organisation that has a formal innovation partnership with Zebra. The partnership is key to our innovation strategy because we seek to partner with the world's best companies to provide the world's best logistics tools to enable us to do our job. The partnership works well for Zebra because they get to induct their products into our state-of-the-art operations and environment, and for us it works well because we get to test drive their emerging technologies and influence their technology roadmaps. At Toll, our purpose is to connect people and products. We acknowledge that among the foremost global trends in today's world is the significant growth of sensors and data capture. We believe this trend will naturally enhance connectivity and data opportunities and give rise to the potential growth, to the exponential growth of emerging technologies in the areas of artificial intelligence, robotics, augmented reality, and predictive analytics. We believe the world's best companies will embrace these technologies to improve functionality, gain new commercial insights, and significantly improve automation and robotics. The TC8000 is another step on this journey for us because it's Bluetooth enabled and it's on an Android platform. Not only is it an entry into the world of sensors, therefore, Android allows us the opportunity to use endless numbers of new applications. Furthermore, the touchscreen features introduces a modern digital experience to our people, one that's similar and aligns to their everyday devices. From a user experience point of view, we've been testing the TC8000 in a real pick and scan environment for several months. We've seen significant productivity improvements when compared to historical KPIs. Furthermore, the operators love the new scanners. They particularly called out that it's lighter, more ergonomic. It reduces worker fatigue. It has an improved scanning speed, and its operability, as Wayne mentioned, with the lack of tilting motion required, and it has a much more superior battery life. These were all things our people identified as being significant improvement in their user experience. From a productivity perspective, what does this mean for us? First and foremost, happy people are productive people, and our people are definitely happier using this product. Productive businesses means happy customers for us. Okay. We can also statistically prove a significant improvement in productivity through the use of this product, which obviously results in significant time and cost benefits, as well as safety benefits. We've already begun working on pairing the TC8000 with complementary technologies and use cases, because not only do we see the product itself as superior to another scanner, we see the product as opening a whole new world of possibilities around track and trace and pairing it with other assets in our warehouse to significantly improve safety activities, error rates and productivity. Naturally, we're excited to continue working with Zebra on the next level of exciting new technologies. Thank you.